couple of things I want to point out that could be better about the Indian. Hey guys, how's it going? So as far as the review goes on this motorcycle, this is not the Dark Horse version. Obviously, it's the 111 cubic inch, which is like 1811 cc's. Anyways, so somebody brought it to my attention that this bike was not fully reviewed in one of my other videos, and I kind of want to go over some of the things about this bike that could be better and couldn't be better, right? So we'll get off first with the riding position and the stance, right? And just for metrics, I am 6 foot tall, 230 pounds, right? So I have a little bit of a gut, I got long legs. So this is my arms just fully out, grabbing all the controls. Everything feels really good. Everything's at like a very, very good distance. I think if it had the lower bars, it would be down here and you'd be a little bit more tucked forward. Still not really all that bad. The foot up in the riding position, you know, most of the time I have my foot here on this peg. All the controls are really easy to get to, especially while riding. Now, could these controls be just a little bit further forward for me? Yeah, I mean, I could be a little bit more stretched out. I've got some pretty long legs. I'd say guys that are maybe 5'10", 5'9", you know, just a couple inches off would be very comfortable riding this machine. A couple of things I want to point out that could be better about the Indian, okay? First of all, the seat, right? The seat is actually a really nice seat, except for it's a basic seat. You know, it's what comes with the Indian. It's what comes with this motorcycle, especially this specific one because I bought it like this. It is nice, except for it's a little hard on your ass. So for long rides, I would probably get something to either increase the padding in here or put like a gel seat. If they ever come out with something that I can replace this with a little bit more comfortable seat, I am definitely going to spend the money to do so. If not, I will actually pull this sucker off and do it myself. Seat's not bad, just not the best. If you're going hundreds of miles, hell no. Back seat for the girlfriend, same thing. She is not a very big person, so it really doesn't bother her too much. But then again, we're going to have the backrest, which is in a box over there. We're going to have the saddlebags. They're on both sides, so this thing's going to get wider, a little bit more dressed up. Why did I go with the standard Chief? Well, first thing, honestly, price, right? So the standard Chief out of the factory is 14,000, 15,000. You won't find any for that because they're going to have other things on it. There's going to be markup. There's delivery fees. You'll never pay 14 or 15. I think I paid 17.5, and that was a pretty good deal, actually. So how do you know the difference between the Dark Horse and this motorcycle, right? So you don't get the ride command on the center control for your display. Ride command, if you don't know what that is, it's a GPS touchscreen, nice little fancy unit. I don't know about you, but in my recent video, as I said, I came over so I had a Yamaha R1. That thing was a 2020. That thing had so many electronics built into it. I had no clue what most of it did. To just flat out, to be honest, I tried to go through it. I tried to mess with it. No idea. No idea what those options were, what they did, none of it. You can control how the bike responds. So you could have a sport mode, there's a touring mode, and then there's the standard mode. I usually drive it in standard mode or sport mode. Either way, those are great. I haven't tried touring mode. A lot of people say it gets a little sluggish. I don't understand what that would even be for. So anyways, I like the simplicity of the gauge, being the more old-fashioned speedometer. It does have the center screen, which you have all the other options, other than, you know, obviously GPS, but my phone, right? My phone is a little computer, has everything I need, don't even need to worry about it. Next thing, other than the seat, tank. So tank holds, I want to say 4 gallons, and 4 gallons on this thing so far. The computer reads that it's going to get me like 150 miles, 130 miles. Not very far, actually. It's a very limited range. This is, I guess this wasn't really built to be long haul to go places. So the tank itself is quite limited as far as fuel capacity goes. So fuel, seat. The Dark Horse actually does not come with this cover in chrome. It's all blacked out, right? So everything's blacked out except for on the Dark Horse. You still get the chrome lifters, the chrome siding on the cylinders. A couple of things are a little bit different. If I had to choose a different style of mirror, I would go with the end of the bar mount mirrors, where the mirror is down below, to get rid of this stuff on the top. That way I have a little bit better, a little bit, I don't know, it looks cleaner to me. When I looked at the Scouts, especially the Scout Bobber who had that already on there, it looked really clean. The headlight, all right, so standard on both the Chief and the Dark Horse, you get the LED headlight. It makes the halogen look like a dinosaur. It is extremely bright. You can see your cousin's house from wherever the hell you're at. I think that's kind of all the bads, you know. I mean, you have the seat, the tank capacity, built for somebody who's probably 30 pounds less than me, which I'm trying to get there. So let's talk about the likes, the goods, right? I've been riding this thing in the rain. I've been riding it in all kinds of different conditions so far this winter, or this fall. And the tires are wonderful. The tires are wonderful. They grip, no problems with those. Very stable, really nice to ride, very comfortable. My girlfriend loves it. Extremely impressed that the exhaust note was as deep as it was. This thing has a mean little growl to it that is actually phenomenal. And but actually has a really nice throaty low tone. The only thing I don't like is while you're traveling, you can't really hear it as you're going down the road. So usually road noise in the helmet, can't really hear that note. Another good thing about this bike is there's no key, right? So there's a key fob. They're cheap. They only come with one, so don't lose it. If you don't have a key fob on you, yes, you can power the bike on. The bike powers on, everything comes on, but you can't start it. You better have the key fob on you. If you don't, you'll figure it out real fast. Controls are really simple. You know, it's 1 down, 5 up. So it's got 6 gears, and it does display on the display. Real smooth shifting. No lack in power or torque. You know, I mean, like I said, I laugh when I see guys say that they ride this bike or ride some other bike and like, oh, it has tons of power. And I'm like, cool. What do you mean by that? Well, it's not a sport bike. It's not an R1. It's not a Gixxer. You know, it has a good pull throughout the entire power band, but it does die out in the very top, and at the very bottom, it's all torque, right? So you're getting a lot of torque, and you're gonna roll on that thing, and it just starts pulling. So this is driven by a belt, and the belt system works great. I haven't had any lag or anything that I can notice from letting clutch out to tire rotating. So literally no complaints about the belt. The options that we have for this thing is really limited right now. So yeah, you can get the backrest, you can get the back seat, you can get a back seat for this guy. Indian's website has quite a bit of different things that you can actually buy. The only thing is Hey, everything's made in China, so it'll take you a couple months to get it, because Indian has been way back ordered for quite some time. Braking, you know, this thing is just shy of 800 pounds. I think it's rated at 700 pounds. I want to say like 780 or 790. Anyways, so 700 and just under 800 pounds. Braking, I have had no problems so far. I've had any close calls or anything like that. I haven't had any braking issues. It does have ABS. I don't know if you guys watch the channel Fort 9. I will link it in this video because that guy is amazing. The stuff that he puts out, he actually goes through and reviews products, bikes, safety gear, all the recommended things. I mean, he's from Canada, and he talks about DOT versus Snell and all the ratings on the helmets, all the ratings on gear, what helmets are the most quietest, what give the best airflow, all the way down to, you know, what are the options that you could do on your bike. Oh, the thing I forgot. The one thing I forgot, the suspension. Now, if you plan on riding on a rough road, you be ready for a chiropractor appointment. It's smooth when it's on the road. It's smooth when it's going through corners. It's smooth everywhere else. You hit a railroad track that has a little bit of an indent in it, and it's going to bounce you off. It just depends on the bump, right? Because I've got over things and didn't feel it. I've got over a couple of things and bam! You know, I mean, I'm pulling my spine out of my ass. You know, the pipes, you know, the back wheel. This thing is really, really pretty. Let me try to stay out of the shot. You've got the finish on it. You've got all the chrome. Got all this fancy stuff. Night Dragon by Pirelli. So Pirelli Night Dragon tires. Only a single disc brake. So single disc brake on the front, and I think it's single on the back, but I could be wrong. I could be misspoken on that. Very, very clean lines. You get that bobber feel. And yes, I have the California version because I live in California. What does it mean? It means a lot of emissions. So yeah, it is a single brake in the back. Let's see. The airbox is pretty plain. If you go with the stage 1 or stage 2, whatever it is, it gets a lot cleaner. The gauge cluster, like I was telling you about, this guy. So when you're looking through, basically I'm going to come over here and there's a little button on the back side of there, like a trigger. I pull it and now it's going to tell me range. 41 miles tells me my tank is empty when it's not. I have 359 miles on the device. Trip 1, trip 2, RPMs, battery. Sitting here not running it, so it's kind of draining. Temperature 62 degrees. Miles per gallon average. And says range is now 39 miles, 38. It's going down, guys. It's not even running, it's going down. So not highly accurate. So it doesn't kill the battery. We got that headlight. Just an overall really good looking bike. Turn it off before I die of carbon monoxide poisoning. If you want to know something, let me know. Let me know what you want to know in the comments. First oil change is coming up here real soon at 500 miles. So I'll probably document that as well, just so you guys can see. All right, you guys have a good night, and we'll see you in the next one.
I cannot be judged.